Um, this week we had ISM manufacturing PMI come out pretty positive. Other than that, on Monday we didn't have too much, or Tuesday either. But when we got into Wednesday, normally NFP week, Wednesday normally pumps in the volume, and then you go from there. And that's basically what happened this week. We had Lagarde speaking, ISM manufacturing PMI, services PMI, federal funds rate. Obviously, they kept that the same, but there's a lot of talk about increasing interest rates, but especially tapering pretty soon. Powell's been talking about that. Now they're really laying the groundwork to do so. So Thursday over here, monetary policy stayed the same. You saw GJ take a hit because they've been talking about increasing interest rates. So that was pretty interesting. Bailey spoke as well. But today you have NFP and unemployment, average hourly earnings, and then the Treasury currency report that's going to be going on sometime today. But looking at the charts over here, at GJ, as soon as this is that setup that we were talking about, like if we didn't, we got Steve coming in. If we didn't hold support over here, which we didn't, right? We were going to end up filling this wick up here if we held support right here. But this setup, the fact that we had lower highs over here, and this candle broke the low of that candle.
Delta Max Pro kamera mi je bitna.
Steve, as this candle created a top wick past the low of that candle, you get the clean move right over here, knowing that they might not be increasing interest rates, and this whole move right here is all rumor, right? We could end up retracing, mirroring this move over here, not to mention the multi-year downtrend that we could be coming down to retest to hold support and possibly head up. But again, they didn't increase interest rates this month, so we got to see where GJ is possibly going to be going. Could we be tapping into this trend over here? Could we be coming into our range down here, tapping into 149 again? Many things can happen, but we just got to trade our levels and see what ends up happening. So clean bearish price action all the way from 156. We ended up retesting 156 in that channel we were just in, right? Ended up retesting it, testing the low of that candle, crashing all the way back down to 153.300. Right now, the current daily candle already created a top wick, and now it's passing the low of the previous candle. So you may have some clean price action over here to possibly come down into our next level right over here, right? So looking at the 4 hour looks pretty clean over here, right? You got a clean resistance, price bouncing up to 200 EMA, resistance continuing down, passing the low of the previous candles. Could we be coming down right into here? That's our next level on the 4 hour, and that's all we're doing. We're just trading levels. There was a previous resistance right over here, almost held support, and then we broke right through it. Clean move to the left. What do we do once we break that? You got this level right over here. Up. Didn't mean to do that. Perfect. You got a clean candle right there. Clean candles right there. That's exactly what you want. Looking at the 1 hour. The 1 hour, it's a little messy over here. So we know we have this level right here. So what we're going to do is erase that. And redraw this. That's our resistance. This is our support. It looked like we were coming up to retest that area, but possibly not. Right now, this current 1 hour candle, 1 hour is almost done. This current 1 hour candle is flipping bearish, but let's see how much farther it goes. Are we going to continue right back down into this area over here? Or are we going to hold a support right there? But again, you get clean moves right over here. Price is now tapping into the resistance right over here. So what we could do is draw a little horizontal line, previous support and resistance. So we could have some trouble right there, or we could continue right back down to 152.700. But I think what's going on with GJ right now is price is just kind of correcting that whole move up, because that was all rumor, all sentiment that Great Britain was going to increase interest rates. Now that's not coming true this month. So now we could be pushing all the way back down. Clean price action too. Did anybody end up getting that sell on GJ last night? Got about, I don't know how many pips I got. I gotta check. So we ended up having a nice little fake out right over here, right? You got the massive bearish move, price kind of inching up, trying to create higher highs, higher lows, retracing. Sellers came out of the market. Now we get some more seller pressure once we form this resistance up here. But we had the resistance over here. We've called this setup out many times, where price looks like we're creating this resistance right over here with this candle, and we're going to pass the low of that candle with this right here. But guess what? We want to tap in one more time. We want to grab some more liquidity before heading down, and that's where you get the fake outs, right? So this candle ended up closing right back into the range. When this candle was starting to crash, this candle was starting to come down. That's where I entered right over here, right? I actually put my stop loss above this resistance up here to stay conservative. There we go. As we pass the low of that candle right over there, price bouncing off the EMA as well, capitalizing on the fake out over here. You have that drop, which is basically what I got. So I ended up securing at 19 and closing the full thing right over here, 19 pips as we filled this wick, right? So you could have actually entered another one with some of these other setups. You got this little retest of the previous support over here. You could have entered after this candle closed. It's another one as this candle passed the low of the previous. This candle passed the low of that candle. That's 3 separate dynamic risk entries that you guys could have entered right there to take this down, capitalizing on the fake out, capitalizing on the correction of the interest rates move up, right? Knowing that there's a good chance that this could be a fake out. I was saying last night that if we ended up holding, because it was such a massive move down, that we could correct part of it if we hold support right over here and start breaking up. But we never did. We were reacting to the EMA as well, and then just continuing the trend. So let's get rid of this. So we ended up being a good close over here because we came up, grabbed liquidity. I probably would have been stopped out if I put my stop loss at break even. And now we're starting to react to this area over here so far on the 15-minute, 30-minute as well. Previous support and resistance over here. Yeah, we're starting to react to this area over here. But guys had a nice move during London. How's everyone feeling this morning? Tiffany, how you doing? Stipe, what's up, boys?
What's up?
How is everyone?
I'm good.
Great, not doing too bad.
Cool. Stipe, how you feeling? I know you have COVID.
I'm fine.
You feeling
Couldn't
better?
be worse. Yeah,
Had a lot of fatigue, huh?
not really.
Oh,
Just
no?
warm. No.
Okay, and you were fine?
What?
You were fine?
Let's say I'm fine. There are
Okay.
few consequences left, but that's okay. I'm recovering.
That's good. Okay. All right. So on GJ over here, maybe we're gonna get a retracement, right? An actual retest of this area over here, and then a nice resistance to continue right back down. We could very well get that today. So that's what we're looking for on GJ. Any kind of straight resistance formed, the exact setup that we're looking for, candles closing in our direction, all that stuff. It's Friday. I've had a good week so far. I hope you guys have. I'm going to check with you guys later. but it's Friday, so you don't want to blow your whole load and end up ruining your profits for the week. But we do end up getting moves on Friday. You just want to lower your risk, right? Low risk Sunday, Monday, Friday. High risk Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are your go days. Like these are the days where it's like, all right, I get my setup. I'm going to be able to risk a little bit more, knowing that we have volume, right? And the more you guys backtest, the more you guys are going to see that, especially with your pair. And the more you backtest as well, you're going to start seeing setups on Sunday, on Monday, on Friday, where typically people say you're not going to get many setups. You're going to see some setups where you can at least get 10 pips. You know, we do get some good volume on those days every once in a while, maybe every other week, or something like that. But it's not going to be as common as Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But looking over here at gold, gold is a mess. We got to see where it's going to end up going. We've been in this bullish trend. We kind of broke the recent trend that we were in. This is the daily. Kind of broke that trend, retested it, and continue right back down. But now we're holding support over here and continuing up and staying in this range right over here. So what are we going to do? We got a very strong daily candle right over here yesterday, the 4 hour. Yeah, this was from ADP over here. And then we ended up correcting that move down right over here. And now we're kind of just all over the place. Like it's very, very, very messy over here on gold. It's honestly like hard to break down. So price is kind of in this range over here on the lower time frames. All right, we got a little bit of a gap right over here. So we're going to end up ranging in here until the news comes out later today. Now, typically what you can do is set a sell stop and a buy stop above and below the support and resistance. But that's up to you. What I would suggest if you guys are trading news is trade the reaction to the news, or if you get more experience with that specific news event or that specific economic data event, what you can do is set money aside in a different account, trade that, and just keep your main account safe. And you can set those sell stops and buy stops, but make sure that you're back testing these economic data points coming out before you start putting your money on. For like, if you're just starting out with trading, stuff like that, just watch it happen. You may experience some FOMO, but you got to be able to control that and control your emotions. That's it. We could get that break below if we get some positive data coming out. We got clean moves to the left. Set a sell stop right here below 1789 to take this thing down, or you may want to wait for price to break above 1810 to set a buy stop up here. And you could, if we get some terrible data coming out. But again, we had a little taste from ADP. We're expecting much better job numbers over here. Previous were 194, terrible. So we'll see what we get over here. This could be a major miss and send gold flying. Yeah, previous 2 months over here, terrible. Terrible. And what we can do while we're waiting, October 8th and September 3rd, we could go back to these dates. Take a look. All right, so this was NFP over here. It's perfect. So let's see what ended up happening. So price was a mess anyway. At the time, price was in this downtrend, pushing us all the way back down to 1720, right? Lower lows, lower highs, pushing us all the way down. Then we ended up getting, I had a range right here where we had the previous support, price broke through it right over here. Then we had some sort of a fake out, still respecting the bearish trend, but then we started consolidating and kind of printing higher highs over here. You had this higher high over here, right there, and then right over there. Price is starting to push up over here. Yeah, this was our news coming out. So we basically just got a spike, right? Terrible numbers coming out. We reached 1780, and then we correct the entire thing, coming right back down into this area. So there wasn't much that actually happened with that data. So that's something that you can keep in mind for what could happen today if it is a major miss, or maybe even just sort of a miss. It doesn't have to be crazy. It could be like they're expecting 455. We could have gotten 194 before, but let's say we get like 200,000 jobs, right? It may be better than previous. We could get something very similar. I'm seeing somebody in Slack. Okay. So yeah, what was our other date? Let's take a look. September 3rd. There you go. Another bad month over here. Right? Way worse than previous, worse than expected, 235. Polar opposite from the previous numbers coming out. So right over here, again, we were kind of consolidating until there, right? Big economic data coming out, like something like that. We end up consolidating, and then we just push out of that consolidation over there. So if we get terrible numbers over here, we just had similar moves where price kind of held support and pushed all the way up, grabbed liquidity, and then all of a sudden corrected the whole move and continued down. Right? So what could we expect today? Being in this range right over here. Being in this range, we get terrible numbers coming out. You set that buy stop up there, and you end up closing at 1808. Right? We range until there, buy stop right up here, terrible numbers coming out, 1808. You get good numbers coming out, sell stop over here, you close the full thing right down at 1780. That's simple. But set an account on the side for yourself. A news account, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that, where like you get used to trading the news, but before you put money on the line, it doesn't matter if it's 5 bucks, right? You want to back test that. You want to do what I just did over there. All right, what happens when bad news comes out? What happens when good news comes out? So on and so forth. So, but go back like 6 months, 12 months, and just study that move. Good to have you guys all back in here. Everyone's sleeping in. Just busting balls. So right now, so far, we're kind of just ranging here on the 15-minute. I like how this candle didn't close with a top wick over here. So could we be holding a resistance right up here? All right. But again, we're kind of ranging in here. Let's see if we get a bearish close. If we do get a bearish close right over here, I could see us continuing right back down. But it's Friday. Don't force anything in here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sells under 152.810.
Cool.
And if it comes to it, buys above 153.800.
Okay. Oh, 153,800. So you're not buying until we break market structure up here.
Yes, sir.
Smart man. I like it. So we were respecting this channel over here, like we drew yesterday, right? And now we just broke right out of that channel. We consolidated a little bit, right? Grabbed liquidity, grabbed orders, and then we just continue right back down. But gets a little tricky in here. 30-minute candle just opened. It's creating its bottom wick, maybe, to flip bullish. But it gets a little tricky in here. Or maybe what's going on is it looks like it may be coming down from here, but what we want is one more move right back up, like what we got last night, to then continue right back down. Like right over here. It looks like we're forming resistance right over here. Then we want to come up once more, tap into this support at 153,200, form resistance, and then continue down. But it's Friday. You guys should be completely content, just sitting back, watching, seeing what's going to happen today. And if you don't want to take a trade, you're completely content. The main thing that we're pushing for is that emotional control in the market. Do not let the market dictate, you know, where your mind goes, where your emotion goes. You just think logically in this market. No emotion. You get a little emotional as far as like winning a trade, stuff like that, but it's right on to the next one. It's like you watch the film, you understand what you did on that, what could you have done better, on to the next one. And that's the mentality, on to the next one. Build that house. Tiffany, where do you see GJ going?
I see it possibly pushing down a little bit more to touch the weekly resistance
Okay.
or the weekly support, excuse me,
Support.
and then
So
retracing back up.
the
and
weekly support, what time frame is that? Or what level is that? That you're looking for?
Psychological level, it's about 152.
152. Okay. So right down here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Let's say 152 to 152,500, like that range area. But I see it tapping the bottom of the range.
Okay.
Um,
Got a previous
And then-
resistance there too.
and then pulling back up to hit a resistance probably around 155.
Jaden agrees.
Say it again.
I was just saying Jaden agrees. He's in the chat right over here. So
Oh.
you see us holding support over here to 155.
Let me check again. Sorry.
Okay.
I see us holding support at around 152, 152, 500.
Okay.
That range.
I like it. Now, what we had, if you take a look at the weekly over here, what did we say over here? That price could be coming down into this area down here, depending on what we got yesterday with the interest rates, right? Or was that Wednesday? Either day, doesn't matter. What we got with those interest rates over here is that price, they never increased them. So they had to correct part of this move like we broke down before. But could we be holding support down in this whole area right over here? Because this is our multi-year downtrend. And this is going to be a very key level. Are we going to hold support here, correct this whole move up, and continue right back up, retest this high up here? Right? Tiffany could be right. We could be holding support over here, retesting this area, and then continuing right back up. Great Britain still is in a recovery. Even though they didn't increase interest rates, they're still talking about doing it. They just didn't do it yet. So could they not be doing it in November like they said they'd be doing it, and then continue right back up? It seems like the Bank of England's taking some notes from Boris Johnson, where he says he's going to do something, and then every time he just delays it every single month. Next month. Oh, you know what? Next month. if you guys remember trading Brexit, every single month it was like, you know what, we're going to do this next month. So that's what the Bank of England's doing right now. So November came out that we weren't increasing interest rates. Could we now be coming down into this area, consolidating a little bit, and then continuing right back up next month if they do increase interest rates? Jody, how about yourself? What are you feeling?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
okay. Anything I could do to help you decide where you think price is gonna go? Like, is there anything you're confused about?
No,
Okay.
not really. On the, I'm just watching the,
Yeah.
watching the 30-minute and seeing if it's gonna break support at 153, 200
Yeah.
resistance.
It's interesting price action right now. We're now below both EMAs too, which again, nothing that you trade based off of. It's just confluence. Knowing that the average price we're now below. The average price of the past 200 days, we're now below. 50 days, now below. So now the 4-hour right now is retracing. And this doesn't close for another 2 hours. So could we be rejecting this area and continuing up? So yeah. So Jaden, you see price continuing right back up?
Yeah, I'll send my chart to the Slack really quick.
Okay. Yeah, we're just kind of ranging in here. Seen this setup many times though, where we just like continue right back down through here. We just want to tap this resistance multiple times, reject it multiple times, knock on the door a little bit, then we just tank.
Look at the 5-minute.
What's up, Steve?
Check out the 5-minute. You'll see a rejection there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Also on 1 hour, clean rejection of that area.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, we just need these candles to close. Only because we rejected this area for 2 hours spread over here. 2 hours in a row. One rejection, another one, another one. Nice bullish candle right over here. So that's a strong level. So you may want to wait for price to close below that level, especially on a Friday. You have enough from here. 17 pips. Really depends on the setup. But once we break 152, 670, we could be continuing right back through it. Yeah. Reese, how about yourself, buddy?
I'm waiting for price to yeah, like you just said, for sells to break 152,700.
Okay.
And for buys, waiting for it to, like Carlos said, waiting for it to break 153,800 to come up.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys. Steve, are you trading this on the 1 minute?
No, but I was late for gold on 1 minute. And now it's gone. Fuck.
Nah, man, don't just. I would wait for this.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You're
This would be
saying
a
this
quick
move right
trade.
here?
On 5 minutes and 1 minute, I saw a setup. On 5 minutes, it was really clean. So
Even the 30-minute. You got this lower high
30, yeah.
past and low of these candles coming right back down to the support.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about 5 because that's how I'm looking for early entries. Because 30 was going down in any way because it failed to break up and then reversed and start falling down.
100%.
And even on 15 was, let's say, more secure.
Yes, sir. Keep pushing through. 12 pip wick right here. Let's see what it should do. 4-hour order block. So I'm guessing you see price tapping off here and continuing right back up.
Yeah, I'll look for price to start reacting off of that zone, and I'll look for a displacement to the upside, probably on a 5 minute or 1 minute chart, and then I'll wait for the retracement and get in for a buy with a small stop loss.
Cool. What's this blue box right here?
It's my profit target.
Oh, okay. Oh, you made it blue. Yeah, I see the red down here. You made it blue instead of green?
Yeah.
Good shot. GJ's just playing in this range over here. Could be waiting for NFP as well. Let's actually go back and see if we got any reactions. Only 1 minute, that's fine. Very messy price action over here. Got some volume that pumped in over here, probably because of the yen. Right, but we were very rangy over there. October 8th. So October 8th over here, we really didn't do much until 9:30, where we held support. We just started skyrocketing from there, tapping off the EMA, creating a higher low over here as well, and then just continue right back up. But that was bad news coming out of the US. All right, the 30-minute right now is flipping bullish over here. It looked like it was going to continue down, just like right over here, right? And we continue right back up. Could we be retesting into this area to then continue right back down? Or we break into this area again and maybe retest, create a fake out, and continue right back up. What's everyone's plans for the weekend?
Take vitamins.
What was that? Take vitamins?
I'm planning on taking vitamins.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Vitamin D.
For me, just got journaling and probably go through some of the teachable videos.
Love it. Awesome. Do those help you going back, like after watching the course fully? Does it help going back and rewatching?
Yeah, for sure. Like, if there's some stuff that like when I'm looking at the charts and I don't understand it, then that's pretty much the first place I go.
It's a good reference.
Yeah.
Reese, is there any video that you would like to see? Like as far as a new video?
Um,
On a certain subject?
I'd say a little brush up on the time frame video, like the higher time frame to the lower time frame.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'd say a good one would be like video to help read the charts a little bit more, you know?
Okay, and what aspect?
Like reading candles, I guess.
Okay, and you would like to see me just kind of go through?
Yeah, like how you read the candles and
Okay.
yeah, pretty much yeah, like how we do during the breakdowns and stuff.
Okay. Okay. Um, is there anything any of you guys would like to see as well, as far as more videos?
I have requests, please.
You can't make any. I'm sorry. All right, what would you like?
How to use what is that stuff? Jesus Christmas. So I could set my my buy limits and my sell stops if you could go over that.
Okay. How to set buy limits and sell stops?
Mhm.
You mean buy stops and sell stops, or you would like to set limit orders as well?
We could do both. We could do
Okay. Now, do you get the concept of them?
somewhat. That's why I really don't understand. I'm
So
gonna be
you
honest.
don't
with you.
understand the purpose of them, because I could do that right now.
I don't know when to utilize it.
Okay, so when prices in a range, kind of like what we were talking about on gold over here. Yeah, I didn't know if you meant like how to use them as far as what would you use them for, or how do you place them on MetaTrader? Or is it both?
We could go over both.
Okay, cool. So
I
when
don't know how to
prices-
apply it. I don't know how to apply it, and I don't know when to use it.
Okay, so you use the buy stops and sell stops when you have limits. Not when you have limits. I'm thinking of limit orders. When you have volume, right? That's the only time that you want to use those buy stops. So when price is sitting in a range right over here, and you know you're going to get that volume coming out at let's say 8 a.m. right, or at 7:45 a.m. Price is at a significant support over here, and you get a candle closing below that that support over there. Unless this is news, that's a different story. But if it's just regular price action, you get this candle closing below this area right here. You get a candle closing below that area. Right below that candle, you could set a sell stop, right? When it comes to news, if price is just kind of in the range, what you want to do is set a buy stop. And what these are they're market orders without you having to execute them, right? A buy stop is setting an entry like, okay, once price reaches 1800, I think we're going to push right through to 1808 with volume. And I think we're going to get a volume push. So that's where I'm going to place a buy stop where I could set it, I could step back and walk away, and this thing will execute if price hits that level. And it'll be a buy stop. Like it's actually I don't know if that makes too much sense, but like it's stopping price to take a buy real quick to head up. That's just the way I look at it. As far as the name goes. Same thing with a sell stop. You want to sell from 18 or 1790 over here. You're going to set that sell stop right there, and price is going to continue right through. that make sense?
I'm confused.
Okay,
Okay.
so price is in a range right over here, right?
Yeah, I
And
see the range.
yeah, so with this range, you don't want to trade in this range. You want to trade when price breaks out of the range, right?
Hmm.
So in order for you to do that, if you feel like price is just gonna like skyrocket out of this resistance right over here, right? If you think that that's gonna happen and you're not gonna be able to execute it with a market order by pressing the button fast enough, you can set that buy stop right there, and price will continue right back up. I think there's a feature right here, trading panel, paper trading. Let's try this real quick. Okay, so trade. Create new order. So right over here, this is just like a paper account on TradingView. So what we're gonna do is you have market orders that we could place a a trade right over here. You have limit orders, which I'll get to in a second, and you have stop orders over here. I have to figure out how to use this panel, but let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so 1800. So we'll put the 1800. I've never used TradingView over here. Is that 4 lots right there? Anybody, paper trade on TradingView?
Yeah, that's 4 lots.
It's 4 lots. Okay, so we'll just do 1 lot right here. Take profit will be 1808.
Sorry, it's not 1 lot. It's $1. It's in units. It's not in lots. So if you want 1 lot, you need 100,000.
100.
100,000.
Okay. Oh, there's no leverage.
Oh yeah, I didn't see units. My bad.
Leverage. Okay. Wait, that's $180,000. No, that's actually 180 million.
If you do 1,000, it's a micro lot. 0.01 is
There you go.
1,000.
Why is it showing? What is this? 1,800,000? I don't know. It doesn't really matter the amount, but our take profit's going to be there. Our order price is going to be 1,800 right up here, right? And we're going to place this buy stop right now. All right. So this is the buy stop. If price breaks this area, Tiff, if price breaks 1,800, they're going to execute an order right over here. You could place a stop loss as well. I don't know if
You can just right click on it.
Right click on it.
Yeah. And then put protect position.
There you go. Stop loss could be in the
Yeah.
middle of the range, 1796.
You can, in the top one is pips.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right over here.
Like you can put, yeah, you can just type 25 in there, or however many pips you want.
That makes sense.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I'm new to TradingView's trading plan all over here, but so does that make sense? If price is 1,800, this is going to be your stop loss, and this is going to be your take profit, and you don't even have to do anything.
Nice.
This is
I think I'll get a lot more trades if I utilize this.
yes, you could. First, you want to just back test it like always. And I would honestly master market orders,
Excuse me.
right? Like once you start getting consistent with the market orders, then you can start moving on to this, and placing these. These could get very tricky. You could get faked out a lot. I'm not saying they're bad to use or anything like that. It's just best to like get used to whatever you're doing as far as market order or anything like that. Now a limit order is something different. A limit order is almost like opposite, where let's actually get rid of this. All right, so a limit order is if price is if you think price is going to tap into 1808 and we're going to get a rejection, like, actually, you know what? Is gold a good example of this, or should we use GJ? All right, so GJ is a good example. So we know that price broke out of this range right over here, right? Created this low over here, and now there's a good chance that we could be coming up to this resistance up here and then rejecting. Let's say you have to go to work, right? And you're done with the trading session, but you think that this could play out. What you can do is place this sell limit up here, where once price reaches this level, price is going to execute a sell and continue right back down, right? This is a lot more risky because you're not getting your confirmations. You're just getting price tapping into an area, and then you're taking that sell from there instead of waiting for candles to close or reject and seeing this on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, see price turning in this area. Instead, you're just selling as soon as price taps into that area. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so somebody good to talk about sell limits and buy limits would be probably Jaden, because he does use these a lot with his trading strategy. So if you have anything to add, Jaden, just let me know. But this is kind of his forte.
So I have a sell limit set at the last green candle before the dump.
Last green candle before the dump.
Right, go up
Right here?
right there.
Okay, all right. So you thought that price is going to tap into this area and then just tank from there.
Looking at here, I'm sorry.
I like that, by the way. That second tap and then price just drops.
Yep, so we see that we're on a downtrend clearly, so we're waiting for the retracement. And this, we had liquidity up in here. We had a price come and rip through that to take out liquidity with a significant drop. So we know that whales got in right here. So they bought a bunch in order to sell off. So they need to come back and mitigate so they can close their buy orders and short the market again. So I have a sell limit set. But if I were to be at the chart looking, I would wait for price to come into it. This is what I'm seeing on GJ right now on the flip side, where I'm waiting for it to come down here. And on a smaller time frame, I'm waiting for a Wyckoff or a Wyckoff schematic to unfold. So I'll wait for some accumulation to happen, and then a displacement, and then a retracement, and that's when I would take the short.
Okay. All right, and you said you would set a sell limit up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I was like, if it was like midweek and
Yeah.
I can charts and I knew that, we're trying, the bias is to the downside.
Yeah. Volume would help, and some time to take it too. Being on Friday, it's a little difficult.
So I expect that to happen next week, probably.
Okay, I like it. Tiffany, does that make sense to you with the sell limit, buy limit?
Yeah, it does.
Buy
Thank you.
limit's the same exact thing, but opposite. So we see price coming into this area right over here as price was starting to push down. Right, we were starting to get into this previous resistance over here. Right,
I don't see anything.
You don't see anything?
No, like, move your chart over.
Well, I'm saying I'm
See
talking about
price.
recent price action over here. You don't see this?
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. So this was a previous resistance right in this level over here, 152.860. You can see it a little bit better on the higher time frames too, but clean move all the way back down into this area. So now once price was coming down into that area, we knew that maybe we might get a little reaction over here, right? We might get a little reaction over here. So you set that buy limit right over there, your stop loss somewhere down here, expecting price to come up and retrace. Yeah, I was tempted to take this sell right over here, but I'd rather just stay out. I've had such a good week that I'm just like, I'm kind of good.
You know what? I'm in.
You're rolling with it. I like the setup. No, there's nothing
GJ.
wrong with that. I like the setup. You kind of got
I
me
entered
thinking
on
of
the
here,
retracement.
too. What was that, Stephen?
When the previous 30 was retracing back, I made an entry over there.
Okay, cool. At least someone's in
But
this right now. Like I
it's a
said,
small risk.
the question is, where's your stop loss?
Why?
Reese, I'll see you later, buddy. Have a great weekend, all right? If you need anything, let me know.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Everybody have a good day.
Absolutely.
See you guys
We're gonna
Monday.
get after it next week.
You too.
Thank you.
Steve, I'm sorry. What did you say your stop loss was?
Above previous 30.
Okay, so above this wick.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Cool. Like I said, I've seen this rejection before, and I've seen this continuing down to retest the support as well. Just content, kind of sitting out. $734. You may get that push too, being that it's 734. From 7:30 to 8 o'clock, you normally get that good volume. Jaden. So, Jody, I know you took that trade yesterday, but how's your week been so far? Have you taken anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay. Jaden, how about yourself? How's your week been?
It's been profitable. It would have been better if I would have stayed away from GJ and just been satisfied with my EJ trade.
Yeah, you took a good one the other day, right?
Yeah, at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Or I guess Wednesday, since I got back on Wednesday. What do you got going on this weekend?
This weekend, tomorrow I have 2 early drives to the airport, bringing clients up there. Actually, no, I only have 1 tomorrow and then 3 on Sunday. But other than that, just kind of doing my thing. I'm going to do a full week review on GJ. GJ is a good pair right now to do a week review on. Maybe not so much gold. You don't really have to on gold, but especially if you're not comfortable trading in gold, there's no point of like looking for entries on gold right now. So spend your time doing that full week review on GJ. Do you all know what that is? I think I've made a video on it. I've told you guys about it many times.
With a full week review?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, you
Like
spend your
overall opportunities you could have taken.
yeah, it's a full back test of the whole week. So I'll go back on TradingView. Beginning of the week was October 31st, which was Halloween. So I'll go back like this, not even looking at the price. For 5 minutes, so it's not gonna do as much, but All right. So this is where price was at on the 31st. I would go back and erase all the price action. Right? We are now hovering around 156. Remember, we were thinking we were gonna hold support over here at 156 and maybe continue right back up if we break this bearish trend over here. Start breaking some levels here, we could continue up. But now what you could do, start erasing all this stuff and just take a screenshot of now what the weekly looks like. All right, what's the weekly look like right now? Okay, that's what it looked like on Sunday. Now let's go back. Let's go to the daily. Let's take a screenshot of that, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 30-minute. Okay, now we got market open on Sunday. All right, price is doing this, doing that. Okay, let me take another screenshot of some of these other time frames. Oh, okay, there's an opportunity to take a trade on Sunday. So let's start journaling that in there. And if you take a look, that was good. Here we go. So like you're writing in the description too. Like Sunday, I did take a trade since I wrote one. Monday, I ended up taking 2 trades. It was a re-entry opportunity. But under one, you're writing what you're thinking, right? All right, what's price looking at? What's the price action looking at? What are the fundamentals right now? And then each dash is like a new move on that one trade. And then 2 would be a new entry and what you're thinking, right? And then the entry, and then the secure, and then the stop loss hit at break even. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, actually, yeah, Thursday, Friday. And then all these screenshots, 95 screenshots over here of what happened throughout this whole week. So I could go back in this journal and look at all the trades I would have taken based on back testing. Losses as well. Like, because you're going back and you're trying to back test the full thing. It's like a week review. It's like reading a book and reading the chapter of a book. And then after the book is done, or after that chapter is done, you're writing exactly what you're thinking after that chapter was done. So you kind of refresh on what you were just doing or what you were just learning. So it's a great practice to just like dig in. Takes a couple hours, but it's well worth it. It's your career, and you're gonna get really in tune with your pair once you start doing that. Tiff, how's your week been?
It's been well. I did another FTMO challenge,
Okay.
the free trial
Okay.
thing. I'm still practicing and trying to see what groove I can get into. So when I do take the challenge in the next incoming weeks, I have a system and so
Yeah.
forth. So that's all I've been doing really for the past 2 weeks is back testing and doing this FTMO trial. So 3 weeks ago when I did my first FTMO trial, I passed it. And then like the last day I went in, I saw like this what I thought was a pretty decent setup.
Yeah.
And I increased my lot size to hell.
To what?
And I was like, you know what? If this is a real challenge, I want to get some really decent profit, right? So it was my last trade. The trade went against me. I ended up losing the trial. So this time I'm just kind of like, just be regular, stick to the plan. So that's what I'm doing.
Well,
this week.
yeah, we're gonna put together your trading plan as soon as you're done with the course, and that'll be good for you to take this challenge with, and just stick to this plan no matter what, and you're gonna pass it just by staying disciplined. You'll see.
Thank you.
Yep. Steve, how about yourself, buddy? I know you've been sick, so you haven't traded too much, right?
Yeah, I'm mostly watching this week.
Cool. What do you end up doing with this trade? You're managing your risk.
I closed half, but I'm still in.
Okay,
because
cool. Perfect.
we'll see.
Perfect. It looks like we're bouncing off. You take a look over here. This level
Yeah,
on the weekly over here, week is almost done. So what we could be getting is very strong weekly candle over here. Now the weekly candle, since the day is starting to be over, could we be forming that bottom wick by retracing a little bit, right? And rejecting that level. Over here, the current daily candle, pretty strong bearish candle, but right now we're starting to retrace from this level. Now the 4 hour just flipped bullish, right? Or it's been flipped bullish. This candle closed bearish, barely any bottom wick. This candle passed a little bit right away, and now it's starting to hover around here. So what could we be getting? The 1 hour, strong support, right? But we keep rejecting this level as well. So right now on the 1 hour, we're just in a range. 1 hour, I'm pretty content staying out of this and calling it a week if we don't get anything else.
I'll wait to see how this hour closes. So.
Sorry, what was that?
What?
What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna wait for this hourly to close
Okay,
if it doesn't break my stops.
sounds good, buddy.
If it closes bearish, then the stop is going above the current one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's just playing around. Maybe grab liquidity to continue down.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? That's right. Nobody knows. You don't need to know what happens next to make money in the markets, right? That's what a lot of people have that misconception. You need to know exactly what's going to happen. You need to have an idea. You need to trade based on probabilities. If you're retrading in the zone, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Carlos, how's your week, buddy?
I've been having a productive week. I haven't took a trade this week, but overall everything else has been good. I feel good. I'm ready for next week for sure.
There you go. What happened? You just didn't like any setups?
Well, I guess I was just really letting it letting it flow. I think yesterday would have been the best one, but I don't know why I didn't execute.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to take advantage of the weekend, to back test this whole week and just get mentally prepared for next week.
There you go. In those cases, those times, that's where you want to ask yourself, why aren't you executing on these trades? Like, it was a good setup. It's exactly what we look for, right? But
Right.
you gotta ask yourself, like, why? Are you not confident? Have you not seen it enough? And then what's the solution to that? Okay, I need to back this a little bit more. I need to train my eyes a little bit more with this pair. That's it. Nothing to stress out about or anything like that. It's just I gotta get better. That's all.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure.
Because the more you guys see these setups and the more you're disciplined to only stick to those setups that you've seen many times, you're going to be able to trade with a lot higher of a lot size. You're going to be a lot more comfortable trading with more money. Now, it helps to have money in the bank and to have money to back you up as far as, the money in your trading account needs to be money you can afford to lose. So if you have that financial backing, it's a lot easier to trade. All right, it makes it a lot more simple. You're not thinking about money so much. But again, the more you guys see these things, the more you're going to be content risking a little bit more. On the setup, you used to risk 1 or 2%. Now you're risking 3 or 4%. I'm not talking about 50%. I'm talking about like 4 or 5, maybe 6, 7. Really up to you and how comfortable you are. Anybody else love these post-it notes?
Looks like a slinky.
Yeah. Big thing. Just playing around in here. See, we didn't end up tapping into the support. That's why it gets very tricky trading here on gold. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this together when news comes out. I'm going to just place this on here. Try this thing out. Yeah, I'm not doing this on my actual account. Just playing around over here. So we'll see how this works out.
What time is the news, Steph?
8:30. Yeah, 8:30 coming out. We shall see what we get.
You think we're gonna have a good jobs report?
I mean, if ADP has any say in it, then maybe, but I don't know. Let's see.
They've made no progress in California.
No, not at all.
None.
Did you guys, any of you watch the video I posted?
I
Slack?
was starting it, and then what I was doing was I was in the shower real quick, and just now when I was listening to it, and I was answering somebody on Slack, and then I forgot to put it right back on. So I listened to the first like 2 minutes. But if you get that hair was crazy.
Oh, I know.
I've seen that guy before.
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
He
But-
did that. He did that like breakdown of the interview between Grant Cardone and Jordan Belfort. I think.
Oh, really?
I think that's where I saw him first.
Yeah, he was just going on to say that, like, kind of what Jody was just saying, that's going to give you, I think that's going to give positive numbers, but be an opposite reaction because there is no progress happening.
Mm-hmm. We're in a bubble, in a fake economy right now. The fact that the stock market is at record highs right now is beyond me.
We're gonna get a correction.
Oh yeah.
I've owned several businesses in my life, and I just personally, I don't see how anybody could succeed in this environment
No.
with just all the unsurety.
Yeah.
It's very, very tough.
Too much.
But the thing he also mentioned is that nobody's selling off their bonds. So
Mm.
that even though it seems like we could have high inflation happen, it doesn't seem to be something that's scaring investors out of their bonds.
Sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the Fed's keeping it propped up. The problem is they're going to try to increase interest rates. And the moment they do that, they're playing with fire. It needs
And
to
they're
happen.
gonna try and increase taxes,
Well, yeah, that's another.
but I don't think they're gonna be able to get that through.
Yeah, it's
You could only increase your taxes, but so much. I mean,
exactly.
property tax, what are you gonna do? Sales tax? I mean,
We were talking about that the other day.
yeah.
Only tax $1 so many times. Oh, I mean, why are they so obsessed with taxes? Like, if you really cared about the public, you should eliminate federal taxes for anybody making less than $50,000 a year. Maybe less than that. Maybe $30,000 or $40,000 a year. Like, why would you be taxing them if you care about them so much? Because you want your piece of the
To
pie.
keep everybody in bondage. Otherwise, they would just print everything like they do for themselves.
Mhm.
That's why I'm so heavily invested in crypto.
Yeah.
I think I made a dummy move last night. Do you mind if I get a little bit of advice? Help me out,
Of course.
please.
Yeah.
So I just sold off all my SHIB. Please tell me I was wrong for that.
You sold off all your what?
You're right for that.
My
Sold
SHIB.
off all what? Ship?
Yeah, my Shiba.
Oh, Shiba. Okay. Yeah, that's a Jane question.
Did you profit?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I didn't take out at the high because, I have very little invested in crypto, so I don't watch it as much as I watch, Forex, the Forex market. But I took it out last night because I lost a couple of $100 and I was like, what the hell?
No, yeah.
So
I think,
I looked at
I
the
think
charts.
it's cool. There's just so many other opportunities in crypto right now that are so a lot of the things that people don't know about with crypto is that it takes liquidity to pump a coin, and for it to be easier to pump a coin, the market cap has to be smaller. And because Shiba has such a large market cap, it takes millions and millions and millions of dollars to pump it at all. And that's so when people are like expecting it to go to a cent or $1 or something, they don't understand how unrealistic that is, because there's no real utility behind the Shiba. Well, I don't know if there is or not, but it's not better utility than the other projects that are out right now. And so whale investors that are in crypto aren't going to waste their time on that unless they see it as like an opportunity, like a pump and dump situation where they see the FUD happening and see all the things like, oh, Robinhood listed it or something like that. And so, but in terms of long-term and holding, I think it's great that you got out in profit.
Thank you.
And if you want advice on like where to put your profits, I have a Discord and where we just talk about smaller cap coins that are better to invest in, I would say.
Tiffany,
Absolutely.
if you go over to the crypto channel, you'll see the link for that group.
Thank you both. Okay.
Of course. Carlos, you watched the game last night?
Nah, man, I didn't. The Colts and Packers game?
Colts Jets.
Oh, it was Colts and Jets. Oh, Colts and Jets. No, I didn't. Are they still they're still using the other QB?
Yeah, Mike Smith, Mike White.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got hurt last night. He threw a touchdown and ended up hurting his forearm or something like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Josh Johnson came in.
So what happened to Zach Wilson?
He'll be back in like 2 weeks, I think. It's just hurt his
okay.
knee.
Oh, okay.
Forward to him coming back.
The Knicks play tonight against the Bucks.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, that'd be nice. What time is NFP?
8:30.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so we got the whole time of wait.
I just want to throw this out there. I just got my crypto.com debit card. It's like a titanium debit card, and basically I can, when I use it, I can get free Spotify, free ATM fees. There's just a lot of like cool perks to these cards that normal banks can't offer you. So yeah, I'd recommend doing that.
Yeah, wait, crypto.com debit card, what, are you paying any fees for it?
So basically what I had to do was I staked crypto.com coin. It's called Crow. And what staking is like locking it into their liquidity pool as they grow as a company.
Okay.
And if you have it locked in for or you have to keep it locked for, I can't remember how long they say, but once you agree to that, they send you the card. And what's crazy is when I did it, I got in at a low, and the Crow coin is actually blowing up right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've doubled my money just staking it.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, so GJ over here closed bearish right now. I do like this. We got the rejection over here, bearish close with a wick to fill. Could we be creating a top wick over here with 8 o'clock volume, passing the low of that candle right over there and continuing down? Looking at the 30-minute, if we create a top wick, pass the low of these candles, could continue right back down. This is something I'm going to get my magic keys ready, but lower my risk substantially. This is going to be a let's see if we get some.
Doesn't watching price make you go crazy?
No,
Like it just plays.
that's what I'm trying to like help you guys do is not look at the market like that. And I know how it is, and I know how tempting, or not, I don't think tempting is the word, but like how easy it is to let price kind of get to you like that. But you just kind of sit there and just watch it, and understand that you're completely content with whatever you're doing, right? Whatever risk that you put on, you're content with the money that you're going to lose. Obviously, you want to manage your risk and stuff like that, but you got to be completely content with whatever you put at risk. But let it, just don't let it drive you crazy like that,
Yeah, I developed insomnia from being obsessed with candle watching and waking up in the middle of the nights worried about what it might be doing.
Without even being in the trade.
Usually when I'm in a trade, but
Yeah, that's understandable, but at the same time, you typically want to be risk-free when you go to bed.
definitely.
I didn't enter or exit, do anything. Jeez, there were 2 people dead after a targeted execution at a luxury Mexico hotel.
What are you reading, stuff?
I'm just looking at the
The
news
news?
over here. Looks like there was like an execution at a resort in Mexico.
Where? My reason I asked, my kids are getting ready to go to Mexico.
Oh shoot! Yeah, let me check. I read up on this.
Might want to tell them not to go there.
Yeah, Cancun.
Okay.
Is that where they're going?
No,
Where are they going?
Puerto Vallarta.
Okay. Damn. It was a drug execution. Wow, all the guests were confined to the lobby. Shoot. Let's see, look at GJ playing around over here. Supposed to stay out. Tiffany, if there's anything about FTMO that you don't like, Jaden was telling us about this company over here, the funded trader. Looking into them a little bit. Interesting the way they set this up, like the
Are they
watched-
legit?
Yeah, they're legit. I watched an interview too with a couple of the owners, and they said they're gonna rebrand soon. Not rebrand, but they're gonna make their website look more professional, like FTMO, because it kind of looks like a video game or something.
Yeah, I kind of like it, but yeah, I could definitely see that.
I like it too, but I can see how it would give the vibe like, is this legit?
Yeah, right. Huh, that's funny. Let's see.
That's a good picture.
That's a good shot.
Yeah.
It's Jaden's boy.
All his thumbnails are goofy.
That's funny. Trading gets a little boring when the price is ranging, huh? So I don't even know what's supposed to. All right, so Jody, what's your goal for next week? Like, what are you looking to accomplish?
It's a good question.
Like, give me like 2 weekly deadlines that you're gonna have to hit.
Okay.
Isn't Jody like a military like nickname?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's like I've been taking shit for it my whole life. It's actually a short name for Joseph. My
Okay.
name is really Joseph, but they
Yeah.
started calling me Jody when I was young.
Yeah.
But it's like they have an old saying that when you're gone in the service or whatever, that Jody will come see your wife.
Oh.
So
I mean,
people are like, "Oh, you're Jody." They've been like that my whole life.
that's funny. That's what that is.
I used to tell my parents, "Why did you name me this?"
I mean, it's not your actual name, though.
No,
You could always go by Joe.
he thinks, yeah.
So 2 weekly deadlines. What do we got, Jody?
Can I think about it for a second?
Yeah.
I've got a. I don't want to sound weak or anything like that, but I've got a lot of the hang up for me in trading is because there are times when I look at the market and I see it very, very clearly.
Okay.
But that's very, very rare. But I've got a lot of fear of the market after I've taken these big losses, and I'm trying to work through that. You know, that I was listening to that Trading in the Zone, and it was very, very learned a lot of good things in there.
One of the best psychological books.
And for me, it's psychological. I'll see a setup or anything, then I'll just second guess myself or something like that. And I think I'm working through that.
Now, this is something typically what we would be going over on that second Zoom, but it's good that you bring this up because I'm sure a lot of people are in that position. Now, when you're looking at a setup and you're looking like, all right, this is a potential setup that I could be taking, right? Mm-hmm. What is going through your mind when that's like, give me the perfect setup, break and retest, candles closing in your direction. What's going on in your mind at that point?
Well, it really just depends on
that's
it. it really just depends on how I'm feeling at the time, you know?
Well,
And I'm just trying to get the fear out of there.
There's
getting
power in positive affirmations that I'd recommend meditating before you hop on the charts.
there you go.
Affirming
Yeah.
to yourself what you know about yourself and what you know in terms of your knowledge. Like I used to work out before trading, and on the treadmill, I would just repeat to myself over and over and over, I am a six-figure trader. I'm a six-figure trader. I'm a six-figure trader. Just to instill like that confidence.
Yeah.
Not that six-figure trader.
Right. That's very important. And I do love to meditate.
Yeah, we
And,
go over that in the course too. You know, those, you know, telling yourself those things, looking in the mirror, being able to say that I am the greatest trader in the world, and saying that over and over and over again. It sounds ridiculous, but it works because
Yeah.
you start to believe it.
Complimenting yourself is awkward, but
yeah, and that's one thing I got from the course is when I get up in the morning, I do look at the mirror and say that, and I'll write it down 50 times.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But
Beautiful.
and another thing is I need to have clear, like you said, I need to have clear defined goals, and I don't do that. I'm naturally an unorganized person.
Well, we can tie those two things in together. So the way to get rid of any kind of fear is by either having the experience or preparation, right? When you have preparation for anything, the more prepared you are, the less fearful you're going to be. So how do you prepare? You train your eyes. You just back test, right? So this week would be a great idea for you to do that full week review, and you're going to start to see, wow, I could have caught this trade. I could have caught this trade. I could have caught this trade. I would have managed it this way, or I could have entered this way, or I could have used dynamic risk and I could have entered here, here, and here. I could have placed my stop loss here. Okay, let me record this. Let me take screenshots. Let me put this into my journal and take this on to the next week. You doing this every single weekend for the next 4 weeks, you're going to start to see a lot. Normally that you weren't really seeing. You're going to start to notice a lot of setups that you could be taking, or the same exact setup. You're going to see it multiple times. You're going to be like, all right, this one is going to definitely be in my trading plan. I cannot wait to be taking this.
Yeah, and I got into a habit of I started switching strategies. You know, before I met you and I first got into Forex, I started switching strategies, and that's not a good thing either.
Well, what you want to do is it's okay to be listening to other people, getting other people's expertise, understanding their strategy and why they think the way that they do. But the main thing that you want to do is, instead of trying other strategies out, you want to be working at forming your own. That's where the mindset shift has to be. Like how can I form my own strategy, my own business plan for me to be successful where it makes sense to me? That's it. And that's what we're going to be doing on that Zoom.
Okay, that sounds good.
But that's where that mindset, you can't be trying all these different strategies, hopping all over the place, because you're just going to keep going in circles. But it is okay to learn from other people's strategies and take little nuggets from what they do that makes sense to you and start implementing that into your back testing to see if it works for your actual plan.
Okay.
Super important. But yeah, the more you prepare, I think a great weekly deadline that you need to do is getting those weekly reviews in every single weekend, and you're gonna really start to get more confident.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Right.
I feel like a huge psychological shift happens when like you decide on a strategy and then you take it to the backtesting charts and you allow the strategy to lose and then be swallowed up by that big win. Because I was the same way, where I was backtesting forever and then I would like get frustrated at my losing trades, and I wasn't paying attention to like setting the same risk parameters. Like, okay, I'm going to lose 1% or I'm going to make 3% every single time, no matter what the setup is. Allowing the 1%, even if you lose 1%, 1%, you know, just allowing that one big trade to swallow that up, because that's how long-term profitability is sustained.
Yeah, 100%. Small losses, And you want to embrace taking those losses too, where it's like you want to be in a position where like that loss was so small, and it's like, how can I make that even smaller? And it's almost like it almost feels like a win to you. Now, my mentor, like Heel, used to say that, and I didn't understand it. I was like, why are you looking forward to a loss, right? But the more you start to get into risk management and keeping those losses small and then increasing or letting those runners run, stuff like that, the more confident you're going to be, and the more in tune with the market you're going to be, the more confident you're going to be in your strategy, because you are keeping these losses small. Like if you're feeling iffy about a trade, or a trade is a certain thing that you say you're going to close 50 or close the full thing right before it, then that's it. Say you're averaging a lot or two, on a trade, right? If you're only losing 10, 20 bucks on those trades, that's great. If your losses are showing up like 10 bucks, 20 bucks, 15 bucks, and your winners are looking like 150, 200, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, right. That'd be,
But a great weekly deadline for you is getting those weekly reviews in, and also how much back testing do you think you could do a day, realistically?
couple hours.
Couple hours, okay.
Mhm.
Just shoot for 7 hours a week, right? 1 hour a day of just back testing.
Okay.
The other can be spent learning, reading a book, stuff like that. But right now, just make sure, set the line, set the bar right now for next week that you need to get 7 hours in. If that is beyond easy for you, then shoot for maybe 14, 2 hours a day.
Okay, I'm going to shoot for, because that's, I think that, okay, I'll shoot for 7, and I'll stay focused on.
Just set the bar.
So-
Yeah, if it's like, all right, I could do a lot more. I'm not getting exhausted by staring at the markets, because doing any more than like 2 hours in a row, it's like, all right, you got to take a step back, relax for a second, and then come back stronger.
Okay.
So those are your 2 weekly deadlines. You can add more to those, but that'll be good for you. Jaden, how about yourself? What are you looking to do next week? We lose him? Jaden, you there? Maybe he walked away. Tiffany, what are you looking to do next week?
Not doing much. I mean, spending time with my kid, and she has a recital coming up this weekend. So
Nice.
all my attention is that. She's a little ballerina, so her dance recital is on Saturday, tomorrow.
That's awesome.
And in between there, I mean, just wherever I am, bringing my laptop with me, trying to backtest as much as possible. I'm thinking about adding another pair to my study. I'm not too certain as of, not too sure of that
What
yet.
pairs are you at now?
GJ and Gold. That's it.
All right.
That's what.
So just from a personal standpoint, I've done that,
Mhm.
and I got rid of that third pair. Does that make sense? I ended up,
Yeah.
looking at a third pair, trading it for a little bit, and then being like, you know what? Like, I'm going through the charts way too much for me to be like, okay, I got a setup happening over here on GJ. I could possibly be taken, but wait a minute, I have another one on EJ, right? Which one do I take? Oh, wait a minute, gold is starting to set up too. Maybe I could take that one. Like, the more you can simplify things for yourself, again, I'll say it like over and over and over again, you can make a great living trading just one pair. Right? If you don't get a setup that day, so be it. You're not gonna take a trade. That's why I always recommend having 2 pairs, just so that you have that extra option, one that you know as well. But at the same time, once you start getting into 3, 4, 5, it's like you're all over the place, and then you're confusing yourself. You're trying to figure out where you want to, place your trades, stuff like that. you start getting tempted taking 2 trades at the same time on different pairs, which you probably want to stay away from unless you're swing trading. But yeah, I would recommend just mastering GJ, watching gold on a regular basis to get really used to it, so you can start placing trades on it, and I would go from there. But it's up to you.
Thank you. But that's all my plans for the weekend and for next week.
Okay. You looking to finish the course next week?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, we got 5 minutes for NFP. Let's see what we get.
Hey, I just,
All right. Some volume over here on GJ. They're starting to push up. Yeah, Jaden, you with us, Jaden? He walked away. Stipe, what's the plan next week? What percentage are you looking to hit?
5, 10,
What is it?
5 at least.
5%?
Yeah,
That's what I push for each week. Anywhere from 5 to 8.
yeah, nice.
Because if you can average around like
25, 30 a month. It's
yeah,
awesome.
25, that's very good. That's a very good return. You don't have to like kill yourself trying to
Yeah.
get like a 200% return. Because you're beating a lot of mutual funds, stuff like that, if you're getting 25, 30% per month.
Yeah.
Carlos, how about yourself, buddy?
Me, honestly, I just want to stay consistent with everything I'm doing.
Cool.
I really do need to add more hours to my back testing, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I think that's
what I'm talking
that's
about.
gonna, yeah, I think that's gonna be one of the major goals for me, like just to get in tune, just like, you know, all right, I got a back test, let me go do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much because everything else, I feel like everything else is flowing pretty good. It's just the back test, and I need to add more hours into that.
Make that your #1 priority every single day. So like that's the first thing that you get done, the first thing on your to-do list, just get an hour done. Do you have the simulator yet? I forget.
No, I don't. I only have the replay button on
Okay.
Trading View.
Start doing the weekly reviews. Like I was telling
Right.
Jody. That'll help you a lot. Just
Yeah.
if you started to realize how much journaling helps you, right?
Yeah, journaling is
Same-
badass.
Same exact thing with this weekly review. It helps you a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely make that my main goal.
Wow, what's going on with GJ? Damn. All right. Numbers just came out. Sell stop was just activated. What were the numbers? Why is this not loading? Anybody know what the number was? Wow. Great numbers. We got 531,000. There you go. We'll just close that little position right there. Yeah, like $3 grand, I think. So those are good numbers, guys. Anybody with me?
I'm here.
Cool. So I wanted to do that to show Tiffany. Tiffany, you with us? Forex factor really is like slow. There we go, 531. It was a good little sell stop right there. Hopefully Tiffany saw it. Let me see something. Or does it show like the history on here? River trading. Oh, history. There we go. Yeah, 3,000 on that one. That's pretty cool. Can't wait to be risking that much. We will get there. You guys still here?
Yeah, what about GJ?
PJ is actually holding support right over here. Starting to break up. I like what Jaden was saying over here. That we could be coming up into this area and then continuing down. Maybe we're
Yeah.
tapping into this. Maybe we'll react to this EMA over here and continue down. But we've had just straight bullish volume over here pushing us up. See, I closed gold, the full thing. My sell stop was at 1790. I closed the full thing around 1786 to 3.
You got it at the right time.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could still continue to drop, but based on the back testing that we did this morning on NFP the past 2 months, we know that we make that hard push
Right.
based on that, and then we correct the whole thing. Right now, I mean, it was the opposite today as far as the numbers coming out. Right, a lot better numbers, but we know that typically that's what happens the last 2 months. Now it's best to go the past 6 months, but that was just for our case. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to scalping and jabbing at the market and just taking what you can from the market. Like this was, how many pips was this? It's about 35 pips that I just grabbed and I closed the full thing. I didn't leave a runner, didn't put my stop loss at break even, stuff like that. It's just, it's a Friday. Take that quick jab from the news coming out, that quick volatility, and then you're out. I'll try Tiffany one more time. Tiff, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I stepped away for a second.
No, you're good. Did you see how my sell stop got activated?
Damn it. No.
Oh yeah, that's. I mean, we're recording this. I'll put it on YouTube. But
Okay.
if you take a look right down here, this is the account balance right over here. So we gained 3,000 on this by putting our sell stop right here, right at 1790. And what I did was based on back testing the past 2 months that we were doing, right? We had that hard push and then we corrected the whole thing. So I ended up executing right here from the sell stop and closing right down here around 35 pips. And that's it. Took the jab out of the market, got my piece, and I'm out.
Nice.
So that's how you use a sell stop for news. Now I highly recommend you do this on you start doing this on a demo or an account where there's only $50, $100, whatever amount that you can afford to lose. That's like your gambling account. That's your news account, and that's where you start to get used to setting buy stops, sell stops, sell limits, all that stuff. But that's also what I feel like a demo account is for. A demo account is one to get you used to as a beginner trader, get you used to placing trades, managing trades, stuff like that. That's what a demo account's for. And it's also to test out a strategy. It's also to test these things out in the market without risking your own money on the market. Other than that, it should be always a real live account.
Hey, CK, did you get your water up? Did you get Chelsea's?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Look at that. Might be able to set that buy stop up here. No, we're not doing that. Damn. See, and that's exactly what Jaden, you with us?
Yep.
That's exactly what he was saying. We could get that initial move and then the reverse.
I got the reverse.
Okay, good shit. You got the reaction to the news.
One position was from 787, and the second one was from 795. I just called. Kind of, let's see,
Wow.
15 pips. Yeah, almost from the bottom. Because if you look at the daily already broken the high, and then news usually like to do. The current daily didn't have a wick, so I was playing by that way. And if we look at the 4 hour, the 4 hour was struggling to get past the bottom created.
Yes.
early this morning, or at the start of the Asian session. And then when the news came, it just broke down, and when it started retracing, and
Right over here.
And it started doing what? Stephen?
when it started retracing, because weekly candle is also, it was really bullish with strong rejection on the bottom. So Friday knows to be really messy. Sorry.
100%.
So I was playing that way.
Got that cough, huh?
Yeah, it's just
worse.
right. It's killing. And when you start, you can't stop.
I see that playing out, Jaden, on GJ. Could get that liquidity grab to continue right back down. Unless we are holding support down here at that multi-year downtrend, it's breaking off of that perfectly over here to then continue right back up, but gotta break a couple levels. But guys, with that being said, we are done for the day. It was a good session. I'm glad I was able to break that down for you, Tiffany, with the self stops, buy limits, stuff like that. That's just something for you to get used to and start back testing to see if it makes sense for you. Now, based on like the way I trade and the way you're learning stuff like that, the buy stops and sell stops are going to make a little bit more sense to you than the limit orders. Just because like my strategy and the way I trade, I like waiting for the confirmations before entering. But you know, that's totally up to you. Whatever you back test and you start to see that price is bouncing off a certain level and you want to set that sell limit, then go right ahead. But that's you.
Thank you.
But guys, have a great weekend. Have a productive weekend. Do a full week review on your pair, at least one pair. Now, if you don't have as much time, you don't have to write as many details in the description section. Just take all the screenshots that you can. Throw your phone on the other side of the room. It's a major distraction, and just get to work. Put some music on and start doing it. You're going to start to love doing it. All right, so have those standards high for yourself this weekend. Let's go into next week rolling. It's going to be the middle of the month. You know, we set the month up for the candle set the month up to see where we're going to end up going this month. Now we're going to start to get that volume, right? Monday, Tuesday comes in, start to get some good trades. So let's keep the attendance up next week. Let's push each other next week. Let's have a great one, and I will see you then.
All right, man. Have a great day. You too,
All right,
guys.
guys. Let me know if you need me. All right.
All right.
Have a great one.